Superbooth 2025. I'm here on a improvised booth of Velours Devices, not in the tents, but here inside the FETs of the Superbooth 2025 with Bruno. How are
Hi,
you?
I'm good. How are you?
Fine. You maybe remember we made a controller with, we made a video at SYNTH 2024 with Bruno about his interesting MIDI controller, the Karl,
Yes.
and now it's finished.
Yes, it's released in production 2 days ago for the Superbooth.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Our first video was a pretty good success. Many people was interested in this product.
Yes, I had great feedback.
So what happens now from, let's say, from last SYNTH to now?
All right.
What you have improved or what is new? Or let's reintroduce the Karl to the
Okay.
people who doesn't know it.
Okay, so first of all, Karl is just a MIDI controller, but it has a display, and the feature is you have encoders that are over the display. So everything is totally generic, so you can switch between any pages or control any synths as you like. And you have a configurator here. It's basically an app where you can draw any layout you wish and say, okay, this is going to control this MIDI CC, for instance, with that color, and do these things and put it here. And you have many possible values or type of controls you can add, or type of dynamics you can add, or you can specify basically whatever you need to. And you just send it here, and then you have all your presets loaded on the device, and then it's standalone. You can unplug it and control your synths.
Okay, but you need the editor.
You need an editor to configure all the pages.
But you don't need to install something on your computer.
No, not at all.
It's web-based.
We will have both. You have a web app, or you can install it, so if you don't have internet, it will work also.
Okay.
We have a MIDI out, so if you need to control only hardware synths, then you can, on 16 channels. And yeah, all the buttons are also pushable.
So what is the technology you are using here? Because it's display and the knobs are clickable. So how this works?
It's actually a technology we patented at Velours Device, and the encoders are actually soldered onto the display with tiny wires that you can't really see, that then conduct the electricity back to the controller.
So a truly new concept of...
Yes.
And compared now to SYNTH, you have finished it, or...
Yes, it's now finished and ready for production. The first batch will be sent in August, and we're taking orders now.
And what you have changed, or maybe added features, or...
Yes, the display is much more brighter. That's why you need an external power now. We have changed the switches, which are now MX switches. The encoders are the same actually, because they were great. And we also added an Ableton mode, where everything is automatically mapped from Ableton Live to the controller. It basically works like push to. I can switch my tracks and see all my devices. You can see your session. This UI will be improved, but you can basically start your clips and see whatever. In MIDI mode, with the editor, you can also add, for example, I have my transport here, which is Ableton Live transport. And here I have my scenes directly, because I wanted to have my scene always available at the right of the screen. But you can put it anywhere you'd like to, basically. Okay. And last thing, we added a Max for Live device, which I can show you now. Here, which allows you to directly map anything from Ableton Live directly to the device without using the editor. And you can save that in a rack. So if you switch projects, you just can drag and drop it, and it will be displayed on the car.
Okay.
And that's pretty much it.
And you, as I see, you have mapped it to the Synapse audio synthesizer.
Yes, I love this synthesizer. It's one of my favorite. So one of the cool things I can do, if, for instance, I'm going to switch presets here, and obviously you're going to see everything react in real time on the device. Okay. And it works in both ways, obviously.
And so he takes the parameter values instantly from Ableton.
In this version, it's MIDI mapped. But you can also do a rack where you use our Max for Life device, and then yes, it will be mapped automatically.
How it's with other DAWs like Cubase or Logic Pro?
Right now it only works with Ableton Live, but we plan to add more DAW. But it will work with everything which is MIDI compliant.
And on the hardware, say if you use now hardware synths, how is this the workflow different? Or?
Yes, you simply use the editor. For instance, you can program any CC, CC14, RPN, and RPN if you wish, or SYNTH even. And it will be stored on the device, and then you can control any synths with that.
How many can be saved on the device? Or?
As much as you wish. There is no limit.
Okay.
And also there is a library. So for instance, I've mapped let's say the microchord, which is a hardware synth. I have published it on the library, so you can just directly use it, so you don't have to program it yourself.
Okay.
And there are a lot of components that are going to be added, so you can just use them right away, right out of the box. Okay. There is also a step sequencer, an arpeggiator, and
can we see it?
The step sequencer is not loaded here, but basically you're going to see all the steps lighten up on the behind the.
And I see on top is here the arpeggiator.
Yeah, it's one kind of an arpeggiator, very simple, but you can have it more complex if you need.
And this also works standalone in the in the MIDI.
Yes, we synchronize via MIDI clock, so you can basically sequence any hardware things if you wish to.
Okay. And the buttons are new to the prototype.
Yes. And also the display is more bright and it's more clear. And it's also anti-reflective, so we don't see ourselves when we play, which is great.
And it's so it's possible also to configure the colors and so on. How all this the structure of it.
Yes, everything. For example, here I have said that I have this group, which is an oscillator. I've configured it to be yellow, and for instance, I can just turn off a whole group if I need to. So this is whole possible via the configurator. Everything is mappable.
I see. Okay, you integrated the buttons that can be also used in these different groups.
Yes. Yes. A button can be like this kind of button, or this can be a push button or a temporary button like this one. For instance, this is my high pass frequency on my kick, so I just want to set it and then just turn it off like that. Or a button can be also a list if you want to, 2 buttons like this. Or also you can use a button, one single button as a list, and it can automate between values if you need to.
It looks very, very good.
Thank you.
So it works with every plugin. It works that use MIDI.
Everything which is MIDI compliant or SYNTH if you need to.
Any information about MIDI 2.0?
Oh yes, I would love to integrate MIDI 2. Please, synthesizer makers, Ableton Live, please implement the MIDI 2 protocol so we don't have to map everything. It will be like mapped automatically on this device.
Okay. And on the connection side, you have you need just USB-C.
You have MIDI over USB and MIDI in, MIDI out in 5 pins.
Okay. So big USB, MIDI USB.
MIDI over USB.
Okay.
But
you need a power supply. Yeah.
You need a power supply, yes, because the display is very bright, so we need like a 12 volt.
Okay. And what is now this? You said you opened pre-orders?
Yes, yesterday for Superbooth, and we will start shipping in August.
And what is the price?
It's 2,000 euros, 2K euros.
Okay,
that's pricey. Yes.
That's pricey, but
it's the only controller you will ever need.
But the price is due of the hardware because it's not.
Yes, the hardware itself costs more than 800 euros. So yeah.
So it's a technology that's at the moment. Okay, and Velours Devices from France. Yeah.
Yes, Paris.
Okay, and so shipping starts in
August.
August.
Yes.
Okay, then I'm looking forward because it looks very, very good. It's a unique MIDI controller. I think the best thing is your website is online?
Yes, it's veloursdevices.com.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome, thank you very much.
And good luck with your MIDI controller. Hope to see you again, maybe next year. Then
probably next year, with more features.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.